I suspect it might be for secrets you keep.
The fourth and final season of 13 Reasons Why. How are you feeling about saying goodbye to the show, to Clay Jensen? I mean, that character has been such a big part of your life for so long.
It's weird. I mean, I'm very excited for the season to come out. I'm happy because I feel like it's something that people can look forward to watching or having during this time, because I think any sort of, a lot of stuff's on standstill right now. So I'm excited that it can come out. It's strange. It's always a staple of my year. I always know that in the last 4 years, I've always been like, okay, I'm going to go spend 6 or 7 months in the Bay Area. And the show is going to come out this year too, and I'm going to have press and all this stuff. And this is the last time, and it's really strange to not have that to sort of look forward to, and it definitely makes you miss it even more. I'm just excited, and it's the right time, writing the show in the terms that we want to, and I feel like we're giving a send-off to these characters, and one that is deserved. And I don't know, it's emotional, but I'm mainly just excited.
You had previously told me that you really wanted to dive into Clay's mental health, and that is obviously a huge topic this season.
Yes.
What was that like for you to play?
It was definitely important for me because we've seen with Clay since season 1 that there's so much going on inside of him. What is it? How do you pinpoint it? How do you label it? How much does it actually affect him? How deep does it go? Like, I had all these questions, and I feel like it's perfect that in season 4 that Clay is seeing Dr. Ellman, because Dr. Ellman has been name dropped since episode 2 of the show from season 1. So I feel like it's just the perfect way to help tell Clay's story in the final season, and it feels very rounded. I don't know why I did that, but you know what round is. But I think it was really important to me because you can't just let that go unnoticed or just not talked about. I'm glad that season 4 is sort of what it is the deep dive into Clay's mind.
Well, as you were sort of reading the scripts, what was your reaction, and how do you feel about where Clay ends up?
I don't want to talk too much about where Clay ends up because I want to leave it up to, I don't want people to know where Clay ends up, but I like to hope that he ends up, overcoming most of the struggles. I think everyone wants Clay to overcome the struggles that he's gone through since the beginning of the show. And for all these characters. I think there were so many moments where I'm like, oh, we're going there. Like, we are going to that spot of Clay's mind. We are going to that kind of thought that he can have, or this sort of thing that he could do that we couldn't imagine Clay doing. There's a lot of those moments this season that were done really well to me, and there's some things that I wanted to see happen, and they happened exactly that way that I can't get into specifics about. But there were a lot of conversations with Brian before the season about things that I feel like we should see with Clay, and then lo and behold, there they are in a script later. So it definitely felt like a real collaboration with Brian this year and on a lot of the storytelling of Clay.
Is there anything looking back that you would have changed about Clay's journey?
I mean, to help him out for sure.
He's
for
gone
storytelling,
through so much.
I know. For storytelling purposes, no. But for Clay, I changed everything. But the struggles that Clay goes through, people deal with this stuff in their lives all the time. And I think that Clay ultimately has become a stronger, better sort of person and he's learned so much and learned so many lessons, and the person that he does and doesn't want to be, that I think those are really important for Clay to grow and hopefully be any sort of step closer to the man he really truly wants to be. I wouldn't change anything because I think also, in season 1, all Clay wanted to be, he wanted to be a hero, and that has been a downfall of his time and time again on the show. That's all he wanted for Hannah. He wanted to be a positive influence for her and to be that person so bad for so many people along the way. And I think that Clay does end up being that for certain people on this show by the end. And I think it's great to explore that and to see that all sort of wrapped up in the end was really important. I think there's just some real poetic things in the writing at the end of the show that I'm very happy about.
Is there room for a possible spin-off in the future?
I wouldn't even begin to imagine what it would be, but I have no idea.
Would you play Clay Jensen again in some capacity if that were? Will
Clay Jensen be around? Who knows? I don't know. After the show.
Is he the one that dies?
I don't know. I forget. I can't remember the scripts off the top of my head. You know what I mean? I can't remember anymore. It's been so long.
Do you have a message to the fans after they watch these final episodes?
For people that have stuck with the show and the show has meant something to them and that has been a positive influence on them, I really hope that they feel the way that we do in making the season, in that we see these characters, at least their journeys in high school, complete. I hope that everyone feels rewarded enough in the end and feels like they got the closure they needed with these characters, because that's what the season is. It's just to get closure with these characters. You know, it's just to finish a story that we started, and it's done really well. And I hope that everyone feels the same. I think there's a lot of, there's a real positive message in the end of the season, the end of the last season. And I hope that it resonates with people and that everyone feels fulfilled and uplifted.